a finger. Without further ado,
Look, it won't even close. It won't even close, man.
The so-called Cybertrucks not selling like some thought they might, including that guy over there, whatever the hell he is.
Tesla is sitting on a growing stockpile of unsold Cybertrucks, more than 2,400 units representing nearly $200 million in stagnant inventory. For a company that rarely discounts its products, this signals deep trouble. Tesla has begun offering $10,000 price cuts and even concealing inventory listings, desperate measures for what was once touted as the brand's most innovative launch. Even more startling, these struggles come at a time when the electric vehicle market overall is growing globally. While competitors post gains, Tesla's sales are declining, a reversal that suggests the issue is not the market, but the product and how it's being received. The Cybertruck was introduced with fanfare, futuristic flair, and bold declarations from Elon Musk. It was positioned not just as a product, but as a symbol of Tesla's next frontier, a radical reinvention of what a vehicle could be. However, what was promised as the cutting edge of automotive design is now being met with disappointment, frustration,
No bueno.
and widespread complaints from early adopters. Technically, the vehicle has been riddled with issues. There are growing reports of serious safety hazards, including cases where drivers have injured their fingers due to poorly designed doors. The vehicle has also shown unexpected failures during basic usage, like breaking down in automated car washes, and questions have been raised about its crash safety based on early field feedback. These aren't minor inconveniences, they are deal breakers for anyone expecting reliability in a high-end vehicle. Furthermore, Tesla has already been forced to issue multiple recalls, suggesting that these flaws are not one-offs but systemic problems in the product's design and production. Beyond the engineering shortcomings, the price point has emerged as one of the largest obstacles to the vehicle's success. Elon Musk initially claimed that the Cybertruck would start at $40,000, a figure that made it competitive in the pickup segment and accessible to a wider customer base. In reality, however, the truck now retails at prices ranging from $80,000 to over $100,000, putting it far beyond what many consumers expected or are willing to pay. This dramatic price gap is not just a marketing misstep. It's a breach of expectation that erodes customer trust. For many who placed early deposits or were intrigued by the prototype, the final price tag feels like a bait and switch. Compounding this disappointment is the resale crisis. Owners trying to offload their vehicles are discovering that dealerships are unwilling to accept them as trade-ins, and used car dealers are offering drastically low resale values. Tesla itself has reportedly refused to buy back vehicles, further alienating its own customer base.
So I just found a major flaw in the Cybertruck.
Online, there's a growing wave of complaints from Cybertruck owners who feel betrayed not just by the product's quality, but by the company's lack of support in addressing the consequences of its missteps. The frustration is not just technical or financial, it's emotional. These customers feel they bought into a vision and were left holding the burden of its failure. Perhaps the most damning aspect of the Cybertruck's decline is that it is not happening in a vacuum. It is taking place within the context of a booming electric vehicle EV market where global adoption is rising, demand is surging, and competitors are posting record sales. Across Europe, Asia, and even parts of the US, electric cars are being embraced by consumers eager for cleaner, smarter mobility options. Tesla, once the undisputed pioneer of this movement, now finds itself lagging behind in a race it helped start. Industry reports reveal that while global EV sales have been increasing, Tesla's sales figures have declined across all models, with the Cybertruck standing out as a particularly poor performer. According to recent data, over 200 to 400 new Cybertrucks remain unsold, representing close to $200 million in idle inventory. This backlog isn't just large, it's growing. Internal tracking shows that inventory levels for the Cybertruck are skyrocketing, outpacing the rest of Tesla's lineup and signaling that the issue is accelerating, not stabilizing. What's important to understand here is that price alone doesn't explain the stagnation. While the $80K, $100K price range is undoubtedly steep, many EVs in that tier are still finding buyers, especially if they deliver a compelling combination of performance, design, and brand value. The Cybertruck appears to fall short in all three areas. Its performance is questionable, its design is divisive, and its brand image has been marred by negative press, poor word of mouth, and meme-worthy mishaps. The vehicle was supposed to be Tesla's halo product. Instead, it's becoming a symbol of strategic disconnect. This context is crucial. Tesla's struggles can't simply be chalked up to temporary market cycles or economic headwinds. In a thriving industry, a failing product is a red flag, not just about the product, but about the company's ability to execute, to listen to the market, and to evolve accordingly. For the Cybertruck to be faltering in a time of opportunity suggests something is deeply misaligned within Tesla's development and deployment processes. The Cybertruck's troubles go beyond mechanical issues and sluggish sales. It is also caught in a branding and identity crisis, one that reflects the increasingly polarized reputation of Elon Musk himself. Once hailed as a visionary, Musk has more recently become a polarizing public figure, known as much for his political commentary and controversial tweets as for his role in technological innovation. And now his personal brand is bleeding into Tesla's product line, especially the Cybertruck. What once seemed like a bold, futuristic vehicle is now seen by many as a symbol of political affiliation or ideology.
But now it makes me look kind of like a political tool, and so they want to get rid of it.
In the video, Johnny Adirola points out that some Cybertruck owners are already trying to sell their vehicles not just because of mechanical problems, but because they feel uncomfortable with the message the truck sends about who they are. For a vehicle to be so strongly associated with a single individual's politics is a dangerous brand position, particularly in a mass-market industry like automobiles. This is a fundamental misstep in brand strategy. Tesla at its best represented innovation that transcended identity politics. It appealed to environmentalists, engineers, tech enthusiasts, and luxury car buyers alike. But when the Cybertruck becomes a symbol of Elon Musk's persona, complete with its aggressive design and polarizing associations, it narrows its appeal dramatically. Instead of a universal EV, it becomes a niche product for a specific kind of buyer, and many others begin to actively avoid it. This backlash is already visible in online discourse user forums, and even among influencers who once championed Tesla products. The message is clear: when brand identity becomes political, sales suffer. Tesla may not have intended for the Cybertruck to become a partisan icon, but its tight association with Musk has made it one. In a time when consumers are increasingly values-driven, this politicization is not just unwise, it's toxic to growth. At the center of this storm is Elon Musk, and it's no accident. The Cybertruck is not just another Tesla product, it is Musk's brainchild built on his ideas, his branding instincts, and his personal aesthetic. Unlike the Model S, 3X, or Y vehicles developed through collaboration and market-tested design, the Cybertruck was created to be bold, disruptive, and unmissable. It was never meant to blend in. It was meant to redefine what a truck could be, but this ambition has backfired. The very qualities that made the Cybertruck stand out, its unconventional appearance, its sharp edges, its sci-fi styling, are now liabilities. Consumers didn't reject it because they don't understand it. They rejected it because it doesn't solve their problems. It doesn't offer practicality, reliability, or comfort, the fundamentals of a successful vehicle. Instead, it reflects Musk's taste for provocation, and that's not something most buyers want to pay $100,000 for. This is a critical lesson in leadership. When a company becomes an extension of one person's vision, it gains agility and charisma, but it also becomes vulnerable to that person's blind spots and biases. Musk's refusal to walk back or rework the Cybertruck's direction despite growing criticism suggests that ego may be overriding evidence. The narrative that only Musk can run Tesla is not just dangerous, it's being disproven in real time by the Cybertruck's underperformance. What's most concerning is what this signals about Tesla's future. If product development becomes increasingly driven by Musk's whims rather than consumer insight, then innovation will no longer be customer-focused. It will become a theater of spectacle, not a vehicle for progress. The Cybertruck isn't just a product flop, it's a cautionary tale about what happens when a company forgets who it's building for. The Cybertruck was supposed to be Tesla's most revolutionary vehicle. Instead, it's becoming its most embarrassing liability. With poor sales safety concerns and a damaged brand image, the truck is proving that not all bold ideas are viable, especially when disconnected from user needs. If Tesla wants to regain momentum, it needs to shift its focus back to accessibility and reliability. Practical, affordable EVs with strong safety records will always outperform flashy, controversial products in the long run. The Cybertruck may have grabbed headlines, but it's losing hearts. And that's the metric that matters most in consumer markets. Ultimately, Tesla still has enormous potential. But to realize it, the company must separate innovation from ego. The lesson is clear: in a market driven by trust, coolness isn't enough. Credibility is everything.